Well, tonight, a birth certificate battle between three parents, two moms and one dad.
It is an interesting issue in the age of cutting-edge infertility treatments like IVF.
And this legal battle is complicated because the baby has two mothers, a lesbian couple and a sperm donor who is now asking the court to let him be the legal father.
LGBTQ experts around the country are watching this Oklahoma case because it could have implications in other states. Here's Allie Meyer.
She just felt like home.
Chris and Rebecca dated 5 years before they married.
Talked about children from day one.
We need to have all these voices. So
LGBTQ advocates working together to champion the rights of gay and lesbian youth in Oklahoma, well known around town for their fierce compassion for the rights of lesbian couples.
our family still experiences some insecurity in that regard.
Absolutely.
I felt like I had met my yin to my yang, so to speak.
They married for love, a blended family, two moms, Chris's teen son, and a baby boy.
That was my dream, and then eventually my dream came true.
Rebecca carried the child, conceived by artificial insemination from a contracted sperm donor from the app JustABaby.com.
There was a contract here. Yeah. And the contract was done in Texas at a conference between the sperm donor and the biological mother.
On the baby's birthday in 2019, Chris cut the umbilical cord. The Oklahoma birth certificate lists mother and mother.
I mean, it's pretty simple. That's black and white. And so I'm not sure why we are getting caught up in the gray.
Last year, though, the marriage fell apart and it got ugly. Rebecca refused to allow Chris to see their young son. She filed a victim protective order and claimed abuse. Then, in a shocking legal maneuver, Rebecca used a loophole in the law to have her wife removed from the birth certificate.
Whenever you are a married couple, the child is presumed to be of both of the mother and the father. So under these facts, if it had been a married heterosexual couple, there wouldn't be a question as to who the father and mother were designated by the court.
Judge Lynn McGuire ruled the non-gestational mother, Chris Williams, failed to establish parental rights. Even though she was on the birth certificate, the judge ruled Chris should have to adopt her own child.
According to Oklahoma statute Title 10, a child born to a married couple is presumed to be the baby of the marriage, belonging to the mother and father, regardless of biological connection. The problem is, this isn't a case of mother and father, but a case of married mother and mother. And so in Oklahoma, it's a gray area.
That's part of the reason why this mother was unable to be successful in her initial claim with the court.
Many states have adopted gender-neutral language. Oklahoma has not.
And so in this instance, I'm not sure that the judge had any other choice but to enter the ruling that she did.
I think it's absurd that us LGBTQ+ parents are asked to sort of jump through these additional hoops.
Freedom Oklahoma calls the ruling a clear case of discrimination in the law.
It's not fair for us LGBTQ+ parents, but it's also not fair for kids to know that at any point in time the courts may dismiss their parental relationships.
Can I ask you a few questions, please?
Rebecca Wilson won't answer our questions about her legal strategy here. In filings, though, she has claimed her wife is not the baby's mother because she didn't adopt. Every time the couple meets in court, the law seems to favor the gestational parent.
Over 2 years of my life with my child was bonding with him. Before that, when he was in and growing, there's a connection there, and for the courts not to respect that and honor that is mind-blowing to me.
This week, Judge McGuire will hear a motion to reconsider the ruling that removed Chris from the birth certificate. She'll rule on the VPO in place, and she'll hear a paternity claim filed by Harlan Vaughn, the sperm donor.
The intent was very clear to all of us that were present.
Brandy Sanders is friends with both moms. She was there in late 2018 when Harlan Vaughn signed a sperm donor contract. The notary also confirmed to News 4 Rebecca Wilson and Harlan Vaughn notarized their donor contract, where Vaughn relinquished all parental rights to the child.
There was a contract that had been printed out. We went down, we met the donor and his boyfriend at the time. It was very clear that they wanted to put protections in place for the donor to not be able to go and seek any type of rights or relationship.
The case is making headlines around the country, a study in equal rights. And there are a dozen families watching very closely. 13 other couples in a private Facebook group who say sperm donor Harlan Vaughn helped them start their families too.
No, I can't make this up, and I'm pretty creative.
Both sides are expected to appeal if they lose in court. Chris Williams hasn't seen her son in 7 months. Allie Meyer, Oklahoma's News 4.
All right, Allie, thank you. Now, the ACLU is also watching closely and may get involved in a future appeal. As you heard Allie say, we've asked repeatedly to speak with Rebecca Wilson, her attorney, the sperm donor, and his attorney. They've refused to answer our questions, but all three will meet again in court tomorrow afternoon, and we will be there.